If you work in HR, at some point you may find yourself having to plan an event. It could be an event that you've been saddled with and you don't really want to do, like the office Christmas party, or it could be an event you really want to do, like perhaps you have a brilliant new wellbeing initiative you're launching and you have this great event in mind to get everyone excited about it and engaged with it. Well, whatever the situation is, I have this framework that I thought I'd share with you that can be really useful. And I have to say a big thank you to Emma Serlin, who joined me for my podcast, HR Coffee Time, in episode 133, and she reminded me about this fantastic framework, and it got me thinking about the fact I could use it to help me with planning my event I've got coming up. So to help bring it to life, I thought I'd talk you through it, how I've used it to plan my in-person planning day event, which I'm very excited about. So what you have to do, first of all, is decide what would you like everyone attending to think. So what do you want them to think about this event having been part of it? So I've written some things down here like, I have clarity about goals that I've been thinking about but were a bit hazy. I've got clear goals for the year ahead that I can't wait to try. I have a plan for staying on track with my goals and tasks. I know how to have an impact in my role, and I've thought of exciting projects and initiatives I'd never have considered before. And then in the feel, this is really getting you to think about, how do you want people to feel when they're at your event and afterwards? So some things that I've put here, you can see I got the colouring pens out just to make it a little bit more fun while I was filling it in. So for feeling, I've got things like, I'm excited about the year ahead. I feel understood by and connected to the other HR professionals in the room. I've had fun. Oh gosh, fun's so important, isn't it? I feel in control of my year, and I feel confident about my next steps. And maybe the most important one of all, this one I've put at the bottom, is I'm happy I've chosen to have an HR career, because I know how tough it can be working in HR. It's such a busy role, and that's why I've got this event in mind for you to help you really embrace the good aspects and fall back in love with your HR work. And then finally, do. What would I like everyone who's coming to do? So what have I filled in here? I've put down that they are going to have mapped out their goals and get started with them. They're going to be ready to communicate their goals and ideas to the people who need to know about them. And finally, they are going to maintain a work-life balance because their plans are thoughtful and realistic. They're not just cramming everything in and just working all the hours to make sure they get everything done. So I'd love to encourage you to give it a try. You don't have to do it on a giant piece of paper like me and with colouring pens, but for me, I find it's easier to think of things if I take myself away from my desk and get the giant paper and colouring pens out. I'd love to hear how you get on if you decide to give it a try. And of course, I would love it if you wanted to come to my event. I'll make sure that I have got the details popped below wherever you're watching this video.